Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Community Campaign Celebration of Giving. I'm Chris Martin, President and CEO of United Way. Thanks for joining us this morning. Today, we want to recognize the outstanding support of our community and that received from local individuals, companies, organizations, and our nonprofit partners this year, a challenging year to be sure. We'll provide a final report on the 2020 campaign and share information about how United Way supports the children, students, individuals, and families across Bexar County. We'll also have an opportunity to hear firsthand about how your investments in United Way are changing people's lives every day right here in our community. A quick note as we get started, please feel free to share messages on social media during this meeting and throughout using hashtag UWSA celebrates and hashtag United for Good. We also welcome your interactions and comments in the Zoom chat feature as well. Now it's time to hear from our United Way Board Chair, Kim Lubell, who will share with us how your generosity helped so many more San Antonians during the COVID-19 pandemic this year. Kim?
Great. Well, thank you, Chris. It's my pleasure to be with everyone here today. I am looking forward to sharing this year's outstanding campaign results with Brad Barron, our 2020 campaign chair. But first, let me briefly tell you about United Way's work this past year. Suffice to say, we all went through a lot in 2020, and we still face significant uncertainty in the coming months. But these times are also an opportunity to put our best foot forward, extend a hand to others, and really to work to build a better future, one that includes everybody in our community. As San Antonians adjusted during the pandemic, we saw an even greater need for United Way services to support those who need food, the unemployed, those at risk of eviction, children struggling with school, and as we got into the winter months, the cold and the homeless. And there's no doubt that addressing these challenges takes every one of us. Every day, United Way of San Antonio and Bexar County helps chip away at these problems, but the progress we're making is only possible because of donors like you. And so while we may be eager to put 2020 behind us, we must first recognize your generosity, which allowed us to support those in our community who needed help the most. With your help, our United Way supported 150 local nonprofits through the COVID-19 Community Response Fund in partnership with the San Antonio Area Foundation. We provided wages to over 900 people through our Get Shift Done for San Antonio collaboration, helping displaced food service workers earn a paycheck while helping local agencies provide food to hungry families. We created the COVID-19 Emergency Child Care Assistance Program to provide emergency assistance for essential workers who were struggling to find childcare. Our Women United group funded this very vital program. We launched the SA United for Good website to connect volunteers to our nonprofits and a community-wide thankathon for essential workers. Our 211 helpline fielded nearly 1,000 calls a day, serving both civilian and military callers and connecting them to community resources. And the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, or VITA, saved participants close to $5 million in tax preparation fees, even though locations were consolidated or closed because of the pandemic. And we're kicking off VITA season right now. We conducted the 6th annual Shoebox Project, distributing personal care items to 74 nonprofit partners, serving vulnerable populations who inched even closer to the edge because of COVID-19. We also had the first ever Community Champion Spirit of SA Awards that recognized volunteers supporting United Way's 4 strategic areas of work during the pandemic. And all along the way, we completed a very successful multi-million-dollar annual fundraising campaign, which is why we're really gathered here today to hear the final results. And all the while, we've remained focused on social justice and equity in our own community, helping break down barriers to provide equal opportunities for all. United Way remains committed to strategies that advance our most burdened neighbors and support efforts that strengthen our community for future generations. In our work, we do continue to focus on continuing education and workforce training, reducing disparities by race and gender, specifically women of color, ensuring that our youth are proficient in math and reading, supporting disconnected youth, which are those who are neither in school nor working. We're increasing resources for at-risk mothers, including prenatal care and quality early childhood learning. And we're providing help when life circumstances or natural disasters occur. And there is little doubt that the future will be different than the one we once imagined. But because of your support, it can also be better than we ever dreamed it could be. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So now I'd like to introduce our 2020 campaign chair, and we've been lucky to have Brad Barron, the president and CEO of NuStar Energy, leading the way. Brad has been passionate, engaged, and committed to sharing the United Way message. And during this year of unprecedented need, he has been an outstanding advocate and leader. So here now is Brad.
Thank you, Kim. It's been a real honor to chair this year's campaign. It's an exciting day to announce what everyone working together has done for San Antonio. Before we do that, though, I want to acknowledge and thank several people. So, Kim, we appreciate your steadfast leadership and dedication and the time you put in to chairing the United Way board. It's been a particularly challenging year in many regards, but your leadership has helped us stay the course. The campaign cabinet, you were there from the beginning to today. This group as a whole put in a tremendous number of hours, and I appreciate your time and service. There's simply no way that you can run a campaign without a big campaign cabinet. Two people in particular I want to mention and thank are Barbara Gentry and Suzanne Wade. Barbara and Suzanne, you're both amazing, and I appreciate all the work you put in and your dedication to United Way. There's no way I could have reached out to all the top 20 campaigns without your help. The loan executives and the employee campaign managers, these folks are out there being the arms and legs of United Way, doing much of the work and allowing more donated dollars to go straight to our partner agencies. It's a hard job. It's especially hard when you have to do it virtually. And I thank all of you. David Boney, President and CEO of Broadway Bank. Trust me when I tell you that our 2021 campaign is in good hands with David. David, thank you for committing to lead our community in this effort next year. I know it will be a rewarding year for you, just as it was for me. Let me give kudos to all of our leadership donors and the members of Women United and the Emerging Leaders Council. In this year of COVID and quarantine, we couldn't do things the regular way, and you both met the challenge with creative and amazing events. The way the Women United did the Power of the Purse and the interview with Cheryl Scully, those could be a national model for fundraising, and I applaud you for that. I also want to mention our Tocqueville donors. These are folks who donate $10,000 or more. Really rejuvenating the Tocqueville Society was Chris Martin's idea. So 2 years ago, he approached USAA and they committed to $1 million match for all new Tocqueville donors. This year, USA Foundation, along with NuStar, provided another $1 million match to boost our Tocqueville Society. So thank you to John Zachary for leading this effort for the last 2 years, and to Jim and Suzanne Gooch, who are also deeply involved in making Tocqueville Society successful. Also, thanks to Rick Cavender for agreeing to chair this important work going forward. I would be remiss if I also didn't mention Carlos Alvarez. We have many reasons to thank Carlos, not the least of which he brought Corona beer to Texas, and he also resurrected Shiner. But more to the point of this celebration, however, Carlos gave $1 million, a truly amazing leadership gift at a time when we needed it most to boost our campaign. Carlos, I, along with the entire community, owe you a huge debt of gratitude. I also want to thank others who stepped up with extraordinary gifts: Bill Greehey, Graham Weston, John Now, the Mays family, and Harvey Najum. Thank you all for your leadership and care and compassion for our community. Our nonprofit partner agencies remained compassionate and generous, even as they too were deeply affected by the COVID-19 crisis. This selfless group contributed over $700,000 to our overall total. Also setting the pace were this year's pace setters, aptly named. They are the companies that agreed to run their campaigns early, and they work very hard to boost giving among their employees. At the recognition event in late October, we announced that they contributed $32.8 million to get things started. And last but not least, I want to compliment and thank Chris Martin and his team at United Way. Over this last year, I've seen Chris and Glenn bringing new ideas to our local United Way. They've begun to make foundational changes that will ensure the relevance of United Way in our city going forward. And thanks to the many people behind the scenes at United Way San Antonio who are all making it run smoothly. Thank you all. We all know that 2020 was difficult for the community at large and devastating for many families in particular. Thousands in our area lost jobs, others lost their homes or found themselves unable to pay the bills or afford groceries. We discovered a lack of internet connectivity for school children, and some seniors were cut off from family and community support. But you stepped up to help, and we're incredibly grateful. The way you stepped up was amazing to watch. When we began the campaign, we really had no idea how you could have a campaign in a pandemic. Campaign, just like the community, was facing many challenges: job losses and layoffs, economic uncertainty, overstressed healthcare industry. Add to that, many of the traditional events and methods of raising money just could not be done this past year. No golf tournaments, no banquets, no employee gatherings. But you never wavered. You paused, you took stock, you adapted, you moved forward, and most importantly, you gave back generously. Your gifts are working to provide a strong start for children, safe homes, nutritious food, greater equity, new career paths, fresh starts for troubled students, and access to physical and mental health care. For over 8 decades, United Way has made helping others its mission. So I want to say congratulations and thanks to all of you who made this year a truly great one. On top of the great campaign I mentioned a few minutes ago, there was a cherry on top, and it was a significant cherry on top. In mid-December, we received the largest ever private donation made in the 81-year history of United Way. You probably read about it, but if you didn't, $20 million from Mackenzie Scott, philanthropist and author. Her gift will allow United Way to support even more transformational change across Bexar County. We truly appreciate the trust Ms. Scott has placed in us. And you would think that I would be all out of people to thank at this point, but there are 2 more significant groups that I'd like to mention and thank. The first is Mary Rose Brown, her corporate communications team. There aren't enough words to say thank you to her and her team. For David Boney, my one piece of advice for you in your 2021 campaign is make sure you have a Mary Rose Brown. And no, you can't have mine. She already has a full-time job here at New Star. And the last group to thank, and it's a large group, is all of you on this call. This group is the essence of United Way. By coming together, you're helping to ensure that the needs in our community are being met. So thank you again. I'll turn it back to Kim.
Well, thank you, Brad. And we're going to get to those great campaign results here shortly. But Chris did mention at the beginning that we're going to hear firsthand how your gifts really are making a difference in our community. Next, you're going to hear from a local single mom, Jessica, who is forging a new path for herself and her 2 young boys, Jeremiah 8 and Josiah 4. Jessica is part of United Way's Dual Gen program. She has worked hard and met and overcome so many obstacles. So now it's my privilege to introduce Jessica and thank her for sharing her story. Let's watch her video.
So before Dual Gen, I was struggling to try to keep a job. I had a child already. He was the 1, and I was becoming a single parent because the dad wasn't around, didn't really want to help. I really wanted to give up because it was a lot. Stumbled upon Dual Gen it was this paper, and it had like different schools that were free. So I called, did the screening. We got in. She told me to look for a daycare. Actually, the daycare that she was working at, which was Ella Austin, they actually had an opening for him and then an opening job for myself. So just the simple fact that it was a for sure place where I can trust someone for my son. I wasn't really focused on him the way I should have been. But that's where the daycare came in, and they let me know, oh, he does know his ABC. Ma'am, he does know how to write his name, or he does know how to do this, and he does know how to do that. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm not saying that, I'm not supposed to be doing my job, because yes, I am, but they helped me with that. They kind of helped me with that. They lifted that burden off of me a little bit, knowing that my son was still learning. So at this point, it helped me to get my high school diploma. Miss Lakeisha the Dual Gen program gave me the advantage to get a high school diploma. I was trying to do my CDA after I got off of work, so I would be late every day, but hey, I was there. I did receive my CDA while he was in school. So just as you think that I'm there and I'm succeeding, I had another child. He came out with a heart monitor. His heart and lungs, everything shut down. So the struggles started there with his heart monitor. I couldn't work, I had to quit. So once again, it was hard for me. I reached out again and tried to get my CNA. I just wanted to have something under my belt while I was, just sitting there. I wasn't working. I was trying to do something. I did not finish because I couldn't find anybody to watch him. Once again, there was a day that Lakeisha actually watched him for me while she was at work. And even though I didn't finish, I remember that day, like the back of my head. She told me to leave my son and she will watch him. And she told me to go to your class. I went to my class with no worries. I was telling Lakeisha, the Dujin, that I didn't want to pursue anything else. I felt like, the CDA was fine. My high school diploma was fine. I appreciated that. They made me realize my potential was, I need to succeed a little bit more and go a little higher than my expectation, because I was fine with what I had. So I enrolled into St. Philip's. First semester was very hard because I had 2 kids at this point. I actually did a final in the hospital with my son because Lakeisha called me and told me you're not gonna fail. All the Dujin would call me and like they got on me about it, and they told me I wasn't gonna fail. They weren't gonna allow me to fail. I'm important as well as my kids, and I can do more than just take care of them. I'm able to get my diploma. I'm able to show people that I can do something too, and not just I'm a baby mom or I just had kids and that's all I'm able to do. So the importance of Dujin to me is just they're family. I remember one time they called and they told me that, why are you not in class today? They didn't know that the day before that, I got into an argument, a fight. I had scratch marks here and there. And she called me and told me to come to class. And I told her, no, I can't. Because I'm all scratched up, I'm all bruised up. I don't want nobody to see me like that. But I did, I got up and I came. And it was worth it. Who cares if anybody's seen the scratches or the abuse marks? I was there for myself. So Dujin is worth it. There's a lot of people like me. It helps a lot of single parents. It helps a lot of fathers. They have programs available for everybody. It just gives you the benefit of getting out there and starting a new job or a new education. They're here to help in any way. They help with food. They help with utilities. They help with gas. They help with bus cards. So anyone that has supported United Way, has given any money to Dujin, who has helped the project in general, I really I want to say from the bottom of my heart that I really do appreciate everything that you have done, all the funds that you have given. It really helped me. I'm one of the ones that you have helped, and I appreciate everything that you have done. And I wish and hope that you're able to continue that to help someone else succeed, because a lot of people give money and they think that, well, it's not helping. It's not doing this, it's not doing that. So why keep helping? Why keep donating? Well, I'm one of the people, and I came from the bottom. And I'm here today to thank you and let you know that I do appreciate everything that you have done.
Well, goodness. Thank you, Jessica. I'm not sure anyone can tell the United Way story better than just that. So you're an inspiration, and your beautiful family is an inspiration for all of us. Thank you for sharing with us. You know, to make a difference in the lives of Jessica and others just like her, our city is blessed with so many outstanding companies and organizations and agencies who are also outstanding community citizens. You know, San Antonians face unique challenges every year, but we always seem to come together to strengthen our children, our families, and individuals across San Antonio. So in that spirit, we're now ready to share the results of several outstanding campaigns that were completed after our Pacesetter recognition event. So please join me as we recognize their success with the following video. So ordinarily right about now, we'd have the clappers and the noisemakers and everyone cheering everybody on. So we'll have to do put our thinking caps on, our imagination caps on, and a round of applause for everybody. I can't thank all of these organizations enough for your support for these terrific results. Jessica tells you why your work is important. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And now for the big reveal. Here's to Brad to reveal the campaign's final results and our grand total. Over to you, Brad.
Thank you. I'm proud and overwhelmed by your support. Before we go to that campaign total, I do want to thank Jessica for sharing her story. That was a truly inspirational story, and it reminds all of us why it's so important to give. So Jessica, thank you so much for that. So despite all the obstacles put in our path by coronavirus, you made it happen. So we've reached the big moment. Imagine the clappers, the confetti cannons, the whole thing. So let's see the total. Wow, $48.3 million. That calls for a well-deserved virtual round of applause, thumbs up or a bow or whatever you can do in your living room there. And to be clear, that is not including the $20 million from Mackenzie Scott. That is all from our community right here. So please give yourselves a big round of applause. Kim?
Well, congratulations, Brad. That really is just so tremendous. And again, congrats to everybody for making such a difference. Your generous donations of $48.3 million will help our families, our friends, and our neighbors all across San Antonio, and will help advance our community as well. Because of you, so many more people are able to achieve a brighter, more stable future. So we're all so grateful that we could come together to help when it matters most and to really help us live united. So thank you again, Brad, for your leadership. Thank you to all of you for your very generous donations. The difference you're making in San Antonio is sometimes indescribable. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for joining us today. Stay healthy, stay safe. And this will end our celebration for today, but just look forward to next year when we actually get to do this in person with the confetti cannon. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today.